Hello! In this training video, we will view some strategies that will help us answer vocabulary questions using context clues to help figure out the meaning of the word. What is a context clue? A context clue is a word or set of words near an unknown word that give us hints to the meaning of this unknown word. Take for example this word, halcyon. What do you think it means? Go ahead, you can take a guess. You can probably look at the word, stare at it, and wonder about it, but you're probably having a really difficult time trying to figure it out since there are no other words near it or sentences or even a passage. This is the importance of the context because the context lets us know the bigger picture of what is going on. As we can see, halcyon is not a word that we can simply look at and know the meaning. So we need other words and other sentences and maybe a whole paragraph or passage to figure out what this word means. And it lets us know the intent of the author. Take for example this short passage provided. I will go ahead and read it out loud to you, and you may follow. As the ship sailed west, the sailors watched the sea's gentle waves and listened to the seagulls in the clear skies calling to each other. The halcyon weather was about to end, however. To the east, dark clouds approached, heading right toward them. Now the question asked is to find the word that is closest in meaning to halcyon. This simply translates to find a similar definition to halcyon. And the answer choices provided are A, angry, B, sharp, C, peaceful, and D, wet. I will go ahead and move along so we can get to some strategies that will help us figure out this meaning to halcyon. The first strategy is to simply go ahead and look at the words that surround our underlined word. In this case, we do find a context clue, which is weather. Halcyon is a kind of weather. Halcyon is used as an adjective. We know that in this case, halcyon describes a certain type of weather. Based on this context clue, we do not know what kind of weather or which type of weather, but we can use other context clues scattered throughout the paragraph to find what kind of weather is described. Also, to keep in mind, in this case we did find a context clue right next to the word, but this will not always be the case. As I mentioned, we are going to use other context clues that are scattered throughout the whole paragraph to finally figure out what this word means. Now the second strategy would be to reread the paragraph, but this time we must keep in mind that we are looking for other context clues that might help us figure out what halcyon is describing. I will give you a couple of seconds to do so. You may begin. I hope that you have finished reading it a second time. Now, the second and third context clues identified are gentle waves and clear skies. This time we can say that gentle waves and clear skies are not directly related to weather, but they do provide environmental information that help us think about what kind of weather would allow for the sea to have gentle waves and for there to be clear skies. Now the third step would be to gather all our context clues and compare them. We have that halcyon describes weather, there are gentle waves, and there are clear skies. So, what do you think they have in common? Go ahead, you can write down a guess. You might probably think that it means something around good, quiet, or even beautiful. So now we can go ahead and go to the fourth step, which is to cross out any irrelevant answer choices given. In this case, we can go ahead and cross out A, angry, B, because angry, and B sharp are not adjectives that would commonly describe the weather. So now we're left with choice C, peaceful, and D, wet, which can be used to describe weather. Now, this is where our third step comes into play because we look at the guesses that we made and see which one closely aligns to the two choices left. Based on this information, we can go and cross out D, wet, because it is the least related to our choices from our three context clues. The closest would be C, peaceful, because of the gentle waves and the clear skies. And this is how we get the correct answer choice for this passage. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you will find the information reviewed useful when answering questions that relate to vocabulary and using context words to help you find the meaning.